Good day, my friends. As you know, I'm still reading Zorro by Isabel Allende, and it seems the more I read this book, the more I seem to learn a couple of things, like how history can often repeat itself. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, you guys remember how in the last video I talked about how Napoleon Bonaparte took over Spain in 1808, and he installed his brother Joseph Bonaparte as the new king of Spain? Well, the king that Napoleon abdicated was Ferdinand VII, to which he had to go in exile for 6 years. And during that time, Napoleon was losing a lot of political and military influence, which was leading up to the point where he was going to be exiled to Elba. And a month before that, King Ferdinand was restored to the throne. And one of the first things that Ferdinand did when he came to power was revoke the constitution of the Spanish monarchy that was established in 1812, or the Constitution of 1812 for short. And being a bit of a history nerd, I decided to do a little bit of research on it, which it was the first constitution in Spain that established national sovereignty and the division of powers. Its principal characteristic was its declared intention to introduce a thorough reorganization of the state based on liberal principles. And after this constitution was abolished, Ferdinand restored absolute power to the monarchy. So how did that play a part in this book? In Spain, within weeks, the general elation over the return of El Decido, that being Ferdinand VII, turned to violence. Isolated by the Catholic clergy and the most conservative wings of the nobility, army, and public administration, the restored king revoked the Constitution of 1812 along with liberal reforms within the period of a few months, sending the country back to the feudal era. The Inquisition was reinstituted, as were the privileges of the nobility, clergy, and military, and a heartless persecution was unleashed against dissidents, opponents, liberals, Francophiles, and former collaborators in the government of Joseph Bonaparte. Magistrates, ministers, and deputies were arrested. 12,000 families had to seek refuge across the border in foreign countries, and the repression expanded to such a degree that no one was safe. The least suspicion or unfounded accusation was reason enough for being arrested and executed without further formalities. And I'm gonna just cap this video off with a quote from George Santayana, who is a Spanish-American philosopher. "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." But that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna get back to reading, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.